So we have a boring floor, but this floor isn't so boring because when we flick this lever, a wall comes out of the floor along with a bunch of piston noises. And if we flick the lever again, the wall will retract back into the ground. And the redstone is compact and stuff, and if you have a good eye, you can realize that this thing is the same thing over and over again. So behind me, we just have one slice of this massive hipster door, and if we flick the lever, we can see how it works better. And the opening. So let's start the tutorial. So the stuff you need is in my HUD bar. So let's just start with the sticky pistons. 3 sticky pistons facing upwards. I'm just gonna do this really fast. 2 observers into the bottom one. Hopper behind this observer. Another observer on top. 3 ticks. Block, lever, piston, redstone, and you want your door blocks just like that. And already we have our closing and half of the opening. So now we just have to do the last retraction to retract that block back into the ground. So observer facing upward next to this piston. Normal piston going into that observer so it pushes it. 3 observers facing this piston. Another sticky piston with an observer on top facing this piston. 4 tick repeater going into this second piston. We're just gonna mine out these blocks. Downwards observer and another observer. Another observer into that 4 tick. So now all we have to do is put a block on top of that piston and activate this piston, and bam, it's magic. We have a working hipster door now. And if you want to expand it, all you have to do is just make another one. So I'm just gonna make a second one over here and just remove this lever. So I'm just gonna cut this part out. So I'll see you when I have the hipster door done. So I just made another slice next to the one we already had, and I added 2 extra blocks just so we have more of a floor. So if you want to expand this, all you have to do is go back to the blue blocks where your levers were, and you're going to put 4 blocks on the back of those, 2 repeaters going into those blocks, and take your redstone and put it behind the redstone. And if you want the lever to be flush with the floor, all you have to do is replace one of the redstone dust with a block, put a piece of redstone on top of that block, and a block on top of that redstone with your lever. And that should be your entire door done. So if we flick it, now we got a 2x2 hipster door, and if we flick this again, it'll retract back into the ground. So yeah, that's a hipster door. Goodbye.